What's up, guys? Grimsy42 here with what I believe will be the final pickup video I have before the wife and I move into our new home. We're actually closing on it today, so after this, any pickups I do will take place in my new game room. So that's pretty exciting news, and I'm definitely looking forward to having the whole move transitioned and done with, so I don't have to deal with that anymore. It's something the wife and I have been going nuts dealing with, all the details and whatever. Anyways, on to the pickups. So these take place over the last week or so, and this is after my trip to Texas when I went to go chasing with Billy and Jay. I do have all of that stuff. I just wanted to kind of take a little more time when I make that video, edit it a little better. I'm going to have all kinds of footage. I've got interviews with Dodongo, interviews with Billy, a little bit of footage of us actually out chasing, and I got all kinds of pickups while I was out there. So I'm probably going to make a couple videos out of it because it's a decent amount of stuff. But, you know, long story short, it is in the works. I am currently in the process of editing it. But I just wanted to do another quick pickup video because I just recently grabbed some stuff that I thought was worth mentioning. So let's get right into that. Okay, let's see. First, I guess I'll do a couple Craigslist deals that I had done recently. I'd noticed recently that the price of the 3DSs were going down, and that there was a whole bunch of varieties. The one I was really looking for was the Zelda Limited Edition. I actually bought it for my kid sister for her birthday, but unfortunately I didn't buy myself one, which I'm in the process of regretting constantly. So anyways, the next best after that was the Fire Emblem system. I thought that one looked really cool. I wish it actually came with a physical version of the game. I'm not a huge fan of those digital download games, but still, I'll definitely, take what I can get. And I'd noticed that one of them was up on Craigslist for sale, and the guy wanted like $150 for it, which isn't too ridiculous because it was in very good condition. It was complete. It had everything it was supposed to have, the SD card, the box, all the paperwork, etc. The only issue is that, it didn't have the Fire Emblem game on it, which, again, didn't bother me because I would personally rather purchase and own a physical copy of the game than have some digital download on a system. I really just, there's no ownership to that. It's something, maybe I'm old school or whatever, but that just doesn't work for me. So $150 was still a little too much, even though it goes between $200 and $300 on eBay, depending. And he had mentioned desperation in his post. He had said he needed the money for school, so I knew I could definitely pry at him a little bit. And after some negotiating, I got him down to $120, which, I mean, it's not the best deal in the world, but for a system that is going to $200 to $300, to grab complete and perfect condition for $120 is definitely good, especially since I wanted it to add to the collection. It's something I've been meaning to pick up a 3DS. The only other Game Boy I have is a Game Boy Advance. So, anyways, here it is, and if you can see, it's kind of got these cool little dragon decals on it, and like I said, it is in perfect cosmetic condition. And there is the box, and as you can see, the box is glossy still, has no damage on the corners anywhere, so that's definitely a really, really cool thing. The next Craigslist pickup was from a different seller, and it just started out where I was only going to purchase one game from them, and then that turned into two, and then that went in just completely out of control, so we'll get into it. The first thing that I had noticed that this seller had was a copy of Mario Party 8 for the Wii, and I try to track down any of the Mario Parties I can get. They're obviously fun multiplayer games, and in addition to that, they tend to trade and sell pretty well. So she actually straight up said she only wanted $10 for it. And when you see a price like that, you really aren't going to have much room to lower the price. It's one of those things where, the game's worth $25, $30 easy. So I was kind of okay with that. But what I did manage to do is she also had a copy of Wii Sports Resort, and it was complete with the box and the Motion Plus enhancer, the game case, all that. So she wanted 15 for that one. So I'd messaged her and said, would she do 20 for both? And she said yes. So, I mean, I thought that was a very good deal. I can upgrade one of my controllers to have Motion Plus now because I do have a couple of the older ones, and then grab 2 games I didn't have. So that's always good. So here they are. Here's the Wii Sports Resort, and it is complete inside of there. I actually pulled out the Motion Plus, but, I mean, we've all seen it. It's not that impressive. And Mario Party 8. And like I said, it's complete. It even had the registration, the warranty, all that. So I actually got a couple Club Nintendo points while I was at it. So that's awesome. In addition, the DS, the 3DS, hadn't been registered either. So between that and I believe the Wii Sports Resort, I picked up 200 more points. So I'm well above Platinum at this point. And then another thing she was saying that she would sell was a Wii system. And it came complete in box, which is awesome because aside from the one for my personal collection, I currently didn't have any Wiis in the box, and they sell a lot better with the box. So I definitely wanted to try to grab that. And she had the Wii system, 4 Wiimotes, and 4 nunchucks. And it came with Wii Sports. So, that's definitely something I was trying to snag if I could get it at a good price. And I got her to go down to $75. And I know the Wii system with the box is like between $50 and $75. So to have the 4 nunchucks and the 4 Wiimotes is just a bonus. So save a little time, I'll just throw up. There's the 3 Wiimotes that the back that came with the system in addition to the one it comes with. And then haven't had a chance to clean or sort through these yet. And they actually kind of look a little banged up, but there's 4 nunchucks. So that was a pretty sizable pickup. I wound up, like I said, getting the system with the 4 Wiimotes, the 4 nunchucks, and then the Wii Sports Resort and Mario Party 8 for $95 total. The games will be going right into my collection. I have enough controllers and nunchucks at this point, so all of that is for trade or sale if anyone is looking to pick it up. So if you are, just message me or whatever, and maybe we can work something out. Okay, and then the last little bit I have for this pickup video is some pawn shops. Recently, we've kind of depleted the local area, friend of mine and myself, of what there was for sale. The games. I mean, we've pretty much been every game store and every thrift store. So it's getting pretty dry over here. So we figured we'd start checking pawn shops. And one of the strategies we actually had was to go into some of the seedier areas and not like the legit hood, but I mean some that are right on the border of the hood. And at the first stop, I mean, it was so shady that you actually have to get buzzed in. So we were definitely kind of worried. But once we got in there, we looked around, and they didn't have too many games. But one thing I did notice that they had was Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon for the DS. And my friend actually just recently sold his copy of this, so he knew that it was a pretty valuable game, so he kind of clued me in. I looked it up, and with the little card only, it goes about $30 on eBay, $25 to $30, and they were asking $15 for it. And when I had them check the price, there was actually a second copy underneath it, so they had 2 of them. So I'd ask if they would take $25 even for the 2, and they said yes. So I picked both up for $25, and like I said, I'll probably get $50 to $60 for them on eBay. I may decide to actually keep one to try it out. I don't like that it doesn't have the case, so I don't know. I may just play it and get rid of it, but yeah, that's definitely a good pickup, and it was a good start to our little pawn shop excursion, if you will. Next, we went to, it was kind of like a pawn shop, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes from us. It was pretty far away. And they had a very small video game section, but one thing I had immediately noticed is they had some Sega Saturn and Sega CD games. And that always gets my interest because those are very hard to find, especially in good condition. And I started, looking through them, and I did wind up picking up 2. One of them is in like perfect condition, and the other one is in very good condition aside from one little crack. So the first one is Iron Helix, and I don't know if you can see, like right there is kind of a crack, but it is complete, and the disc is literally flawless. There is not a speck of dust on it, and it even has the styrofoam still in it. So that was definitely a great pickup, and I was happy to grab that. Okay, the next one is in perfect condition. Literally, I could not find a flaw anywhere on this. There isn't even a scratch. It is Tomcat Alley, and this one also is complete and has the styrofoam. And the disc, again, does not have a single smudge, speck, or scratch on it. Believe it or not, that was all I was able to find at the pawn shops, unfortunately. I think he wound up picking up a Nintendo 64 game. We really didn't have much luck. Most of the stuff they had was next gen, and we really kind of picked out every next gen game we already want in a previous pickup video that I had done. So after that, we went to two of our local game stores. One that I have a high opinion of, and one that I have a very low opinion of, and I'll kind of go in a little detail as to why. So, the store is called Oogie Games, and it is a local chain. There's probably 5 of them, and they advertise heavily. They're on radio stations and stuff like that. And I went in there, and the first thing I do is I go over to their glass cases just to see what rare games they have. And I noticed that they had a copy of Peekaboo Poker. And the problem was it was a reproduction cart. Now, anyone who knows these games know their cartridges are like black. And the label's kind of inset into the center. Well, this was a gray cart, and you could tell it was a reproduction label. And they had it marked at $200. So $200 for a reproduction cart is ridiculous. And I kind of was just having small talk with my friend and pointing that out. And some douchebag on the other side of the store, who I thought was just a customer, it turns out he was like a manager who was like sitting there playing video games. He's like, yeah, you know, that game's worth $2,000, so the reproduction's worth, you know, and I knew right away. I was like, this is not even the legit copy isn't $2,000, and I looked it up, and it was like $1,200 to $1,300 was the most I'd seen it sell for on eBay. But, like, you know, he just wanted to go into this big rant about how, you know, he's like this god of video games. It's just like, dude, even if you are, you shouldn't talk to your customers like that. I mean, we're the ones that pay your, you know, salary. You should kind of treat us halfway decent. But he's just one of those know-it-all douchebags, and, you know, I kind of at that moment was like, listen, I'm going to get out of here as quick as I can. My friend was looking around, and he did grab a game, and I actually did wind up picking up one game. I'm a huge fan of the Contra series, and I did not yet own Neo Contra, so I did grab it, and it is in perfect condition. That is the only reason I grabbed it, and it is complete. It was like $6. So, you know, anytime a game that I actually want to play and own is at a price like that, I have no issues picking it up. But we, like I said, we quickly got out of there because I was fuming at this guy. Anyways. Then we went across the street to another store. It's not local. It is a chain. It's called Play and Trade, but we just recently got it. My friend and I are very excited about it because their prices are way more reasonable. I mean, it is still retail, but there's a difference between, you know, crazy price gouging and fair prices, and that's what this Play and Trade does have. So anyone who has a local Play and Trade, I recommend you give them a chance because I feel, at least if the prices are consistent with our store, that it's a fair-priced store. Recently on eBay, I picked up a copy of Ninja Turtles 2 Battle Nexus for the GameCube. And the reason I grabbed it is because it had the original Turtles arcade game on it. And I'd noticed when it came in the mail that it was in perfect condition. I actually can grab it, I think. Yeah. The only issue, and I'm going to hold it up to the camera and hopefully you guys can see so you can understand my OCD, is Disc 2, which was flawless, kind of had this like rippling effect. I don't know if it's visible. You can kind of see like it's kind of like bubbling up on the cover. So basically that to me doesn't signify mint condition. It's not something that's, you know, done by the owner, but it's probably like a manufacturer defect. So anyways, that was driving me nuts, and I remembered that the local Play and Trade had a copy of it. It was just the case of the discs, and it was only $5. So I figured if they still had it, I would grab it, and they did. And like I said, unfortunately it didn't have the manual, but both discs were in there, and disc 2 doesn't have that crap on it, so that definitely pleased me. Another cool thing I like about them, if you see how they do their price tag, it's right there. But what's really cool is they realize you don't want stickers on your shit. So they literally just allow you to take it right out. So that's something I really like about that store. They understand collectors do not want stickers all over the crap. And another really awesome thing this store does is they'll actually take the other store's stickers off of their games. So I know sometimes people have bought used games and it's just covered with stickers. They will actually take the time to get all the stickers off. So when you buy a game from them, you literally have no stickers. I mean, you could slide it right off, or if they actually stick it on there, they put like a little bit of paper behind it so it just peels right off and there's just nothing. So I definitely give that place a thumbs up. They're definitely one of my favorite stores and my favorite personal local store. So anyways, that will wrap up my my little pickup video for the week. And like I said, I do have the game Chasers footage coming soon. It's going to have the interviews and a little bit of game chasing. And again, obviously all my pickups as well as my thoughts from the trip and everything like that. So look forward to that. And if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you thought it sucked, thumb it down. Hopefully you didn't think it sucked. If you did, please let me know what I can do to improve other than crappy editing skills, because that's something I'm already aware of and I'm in the process of improving. But thanks again for watching, and take care.